Paris has won the bid to host the 2024 Summer Olympics. And while it is a great honor to host over 15 million visitors from all over the world in a sporting event that brings together people from all walks of life, challenges and major concerns loom. Amidst the celebration and excitement of being the host nation for arguably the most important competitive sporting event in the world, Paris may not be ready for the Herculean task ahead. Paris, desperate for transformation, is planning to spend $10 billion on infrastructure and preparations for the Olympics. What will this investment mean for Paris? How much renovation can Paris possibly carry out with the little time left? And for God's sake, what plan is Paris putting in place to meet the astronomical standards of the Olympics? So let's get back to how it all started. You're probably wondering why Paris gets to host the Olympics in the first place. Well, here's a backstory. In 2017, Rome, Budapest, Hamburg, Los Angeles, and Paris were bidding for the opportunity to host the 2024 Olympic Games. While the referendum was ongoing, Hamburg dropped out and was followed by Rome due to financial challenges. A petition of candidacy prompted Budapest to withdraw from the competition, and the final race was between Los Angeles and Paris. Both candidates had to then make the important decision of who would host the Olympics in 2024 and who would be next in line to host 4 years after. Paris was adamant and wanted the opportunity in 2024, and Los Angeles was open to waiting another 4 years, and that's how the decision was finally made. Paris had won, and now the race to provide the ultimate experience has begun. Paris is no stranger to the Olympics. As a matter of fact, Paris had hosted one as far back as 1900, which was the second time the modern Olympics had been held. This was about 100 years ago. The Games soon became a tradition and brought together gifted athletes from different parts of the world. The Olympics often required a wild budget, which would often undergo thousands of budget modifications, mostly to bump it up to accommodate more stuff. The interesting thing is that the current budget only went through about 300 modifications, showing more stability and confidence in what Paris had to offer. Now, the $10 billion budget is supposed to fund new infrastructure, renovation, and the like, such as new stadiums, accommodations, security, and amenities for more than 10,000 athletes competing for a grand prize. The grand opening of the ceremony will feature breathtaking parades, presentations, and iconic showmanship. Over 10,000 athletes will turn up, hoping to make their mark in history. Athletes will be accommodated in the Olympic Village, a structure designed solely for the event. What is this village, and where is it located? The Olympic Village is about 7 kilometers north of the center of Paris, intersecting the communities of Ile-Saint-Denis, Saint-Ouen, and Saint-Denis. It is also about 5 minutes away from the Stade de France. The village stands at the epicenter of the Paris 2024 project. It will be seated within a 500-meter radius and will include 3 major areas: the Olympic Village Plaza itself, which is an international space accessing the Seine River. The second is the residential areas located around the famous Cité du Cinéma. And thirdly, an operational area that links to various roads. The village will be home to about 14,500 athletes while the Olympic Games are in progress, and about 9,000 occupants during the Paralympics. To show commitment to inclusivity and to further preparations for the Paralympics, a specialized healthcare center will be made available for prosthetics, orthotics, and wheelchairs. What is the scope of Paris 2024? The complexity of the Olympics is mind-blowing. The historic event usually kicks off with a breathtaking open ceremony with more than 500,000 viewers. The event will feature up to 329 processions across 32 different areas at the same time. This will require a lot of professional coordination. Here's another thing. The Games are too large for Paris alone, so they would certainly spread out across the whole of France, occupying historic stadiums and as far off as the coastlines. Various games have strategically allocated their site for the ease of location and crowd management. For instance, imagine the electrifying flips of skateboarders and the burning tires of BMX bikes at the Place de la Concorde. Just nearby is the Grand Palais, the historic landmark where visitors can witness masterful fencing skills and competitive martial arts on display. When you cross over the Pont de l'Arena, you find the magnificent beach where all the water and beach activities are taking place, such as beach volleyball and competitive swimming in the unforgiving open waters. What about the rumbling roars and victory chants at the Parc des Princes football stadium, or the deep silence and abated breath at the Roland Garros, where professional tennis holds? Venues such as the Arena Chapelle are designed to elevate sports in the local community and to produce champions for future sports competitions long after the Olympics. Paris is a place filled with historical memoirs, such as the Yves du Manoir Stadium, where the first Olympics in Paris were hosted in 1924. A much more developed Yves Stadium is ready to host captivating field hockey matches. Very close to the stadium is the renovated Paris La Défense Arena, where indoor swimming and water polo would shake the very foundations of the building in suspense and thrill. Another major French attraction is the Palace of Versailles, where elegant and majestic horses and their riders will compete in obstacle courses. And let's not forget the biggest sports entertainment in the world, football, at Stadiums Saint-Denis, Bordeaux, Marseille, and others will explode with the eager cheers of die-hard fans from all over the world. Interestingly, other competitions would be held very far from all other major action, as fans of surfing would have to move all the way to Tahiti to get a piece of the blue waves in Teupo, the ultimate test for legendary surfers. Handball fans can easily make their way to the stadium Pierre de Mauroy to watch the intense showdown between handball champions. There are endless viewing spots and activities to keep spectators immersed in the grandeur of Paris. However, there is a problem, a dirty one that can cause serious problems for Paris if not taken care of in time. The Seine River has been heavily polluted and unfit for swimming for up to a century. The cause behind the pollution is the olden sewer system of Paris, which was built in the 19th century and since then has been a passageway for wastewater and rainwater. When heavy rain comes, the sewers become flooded and fill to their capacity, and when this happens, the overflow valves are forced to open and let out the toxic water mixture from the sewer with the Seine River, and let out the toxic water mixture from the sewer with the Seine River, causing massive pollution. What is Paris's solution to this problem? Paris is currently working beneath the ground on a colossal storage tank that has a capacity of 13 million gallons. This huge reservoir will be a storage space for holding underground water, stopping floods from reaching the surface. The accumulated water is then pumped back into a water treatment system for circulation. Paris is also taking things further by linking every home and business to the waste management network to ensure that all waste is carefully disposed of and doesn't seep into the river directly. Revitalizing the Seine is a billion-dollar project, and Paris is taking on this project while providing a safe environment with 40,000 security men for the millions of visitors that would likely visit. There are already more than 7.6 million sold tickets, with a lot more to come. It is safe to say that Paris will have more commuters than they have had in a very long time, which may not be very good because of the pressure of transport systems emitting carbon. So France finally found a sustainable solution to this problem. It is creating a 55-kilometer network of cycling paths, traversing the whole of Paris and stretching towards the northeast suburbs. These cycling routes will link all the Olympic venues, allowing visitors to travel in a fun way around the city without a single CO2 emission. In addition to that, Paris is also working on the Paris Metro to give it an extra 200-kilometer boost across 4 new lines. There will be 68 stations. There have been delays on this project, but thankfully other projects are on point, like the Orly International Airport, which will be operational in no time and ready to accept millions of people from all over the world. What will this project mean for Paris? The true beauty of the project lies in the legacy that it would leave behind, because by 2025 the Olympic sites will be overrun by a vibrant new and refurbished neighborhood, and it will become a developed city that casts a shadow of development across 52 hectares of land and will house more than 6,000 permanent residents. At least 2,800 new buildings will spring up and will be taken over by businesses, families, and social services. The future of this place will oversee a diverse community living in a haven, characterized by lush green areas, parks, more than 120,000 square meters of commercial space, pedestrian pathways, and lots more. Thousands of businesses will be set up in this city, creating over 6,000 jobs. This district will not only expand and bring massive development to Paris, but it will also be self-sufficient. Polluted waters due to sewers will be a thing of the past, and sustainable transportation will flourish, causing a reduction in emissions. No matter who wins in the Olympic Games, Paris is certainly the real winner with this massive project. What are your thoughts on this new development? Will Paris be ready in time for the Olympics? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on major projects around the world. See you in the next one.